There's some of these cars going to need a makeover themselves before this is over. But Jeff Burton got a pretty strong car. He was pushing Matt Kenseth just a couple of laps ago, and then Matt got in behind Jeff and trying to get him to the lead.
Jeff Burton, known for patience on the super speedways. When I talked to him and Richard Childress yesterday in the garage area, he was very excited, almost giddy, trying to say, I got a great race car, but I got to know when to use it.
Man, Tony just got a big shot from Montoya right there.
There were 52 lead changes here in April. In 188 laps, we've had 51 lead changes in 115 laps so far. Look at that.
Tony's acting like he wants it for keeps, though. I don't think that's going to happen, but he's got a couple of good cars right behind him. You see Menard right on the bumper of Montoya there pushing him.
He's held it longer than most of these guys have been able to hold that lead. Let's look at Carl Edwards. He's still hanging out at the back. Dale, just like you said, being very patient.
Well, you have to do it. If you're gonna go with that strategy, you have to make it work the whole time. Doesn't mean just because we've had a couple of big accidents and taken some of these cars out and had some engine problems, take some cars out, that it's time to go yet. Anything could still happen. So Carl's sticking to his plan.
His team was saying they were all talking this week about the fact when he went back and looked at the October races, the last 3 races in October had been won by a last lap pass. In fact, the last 4 minute here was 2005 and one Dale Jarrett. Made a last lap pass on Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth. So Carl Edwards sort of doing the Dale Jarrett philosophy here.
You made that move fairly late, too. I mean, you hung out back there till it was about 8 or 10 laps to go, wasn't it?
Like I said, you got to be going forward at the end. I was very fortunate in that happening, but I always wanted, when I had to employ that type of strategy, you just have to be patient enough to wait. I've made other times to where I made that move too early, and whenever we got down to the closing laps, I was going the wrong direction and ended up with a finish outside the top 10. Jeff Burton he's up to the lead.
If he can make it to the start-finish line, it'll be another lead change.
That's right. See Dale Jr. back in this. He was back in about 12th just a minute ago.
This outside line got a big surge here this last lap. I think a lot of these guys are probably going to migrate towards that upper lane after seeing Denny Hamlin blow that tire right on the bottom of the racetrack. The safer place to be would be as close to the wall as you could be if there was a tire problem.
I think that, and typically here you see that this groove starts moving up. I don't know exactly why. It's just somebody sees it happening and makes it work, and that outside line takes over and becomes a better line. What do you think, Rusty?
Tell you what, man, this groove they got going on the top side of the racetrack is something you can just, like we've been talking about all day long, you're leading one lap, and the next time you're not leading it, I don't think you can hold on this lead at all. I mean, you got to drive so defensive to do that. But Dale, I'll tell you another thing I'm concerned about right now. We're coming up on a couple laps when we've been starting to have these tire problems. So I hope it doesn't occur again, but Alan Bestwick was telling us just a little while ago off camera that it's about time when this problem gets ready to happen.
Yeah, hopefully we can get through this stretch, and those all were just things that were related to guys rubbing each other and debris on the racetrack. And I think that if you can get this high line going and these guys stay together like that, I think it's more difficult for the bottom to come back in. They see David Reagan's the one down on the bottom trying to lead that charge back to the front now. He's had a strong car all day, but this seems to be the time of the race when that high side takes over and is better. As we see Kevin Harvick jump down there trying to get to the front.
Carl Edwards maybe started to get a little racy last time by. His clocking, actually, he had dropped back and he just jumped in the throttle, I guess, and his lap was quicker than what the leaders were running. So maybe just sort of seeing what he's got.
Well, you'll see that happen with these, all these cars getting 2 and 3 wide ahead of him. He'll back off a little bit, and then he'll run in that vacuum and just run right back up to him, and you'll see that fast lap time.
3 lines again, 3 wide. This is where they get in trouble.
Yeah, it's nice they calmed down after the big accident.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was 53 lead changes that lap.
Yeah, Jeff Burton was a leader about half a mile ago. Now he's about 11th.
Man, look at the front end of this car, David Reagan. He has worn that bumper out.
Yeah, and that's from bump drafting.
That's not
here.
a reg. That's
no.
just pushing these guys.
David Reagan has one stout race car after starting at the back of the pack from an engine change. He got to the front in 15 laps from the back of the field and led early in this race, and he has been hanging there in the top 10. Right now he is second behind Kevin Harvick. It is Harvick, Reagan, Stewart, Menard, and Almirola in the top 5.